All right, yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to Squid Grid. This is a puzzle game. You play as a squid on a grid, and your goal is to push things around the grid, and you got to get to the starfish. So, level 1's done. Can they see me playing? All right, sounds good. So, you move around the grid. You can't go through the walls. And these squids are here to help you. They'll squirt you to the matching color. So the red squid will squirt you to the red space. The blue squid squirts you to the blue space. So you can undo your moves. Just press Z or tab. And so you can undo it. So here, maybe you block yourself from entering that yellow squid. So you want to undo that and go in the blue one first. And then level 2's done. We're Squid Grid in. All right, so each level is designed to try to teach the player something new. You got to learn how the mechanics work. There's a reason for how everything works, but you kind of have to discover it yourself through experimenting. So here, almost everyone will get trapped there in the red box. Red takes you to red, so you got to rethink your plan. So you realize, oh, I can push this squid, so now I'll go to a new spot. And then maybe you'll be like, okay, let's go down here, and oh, you can't push more than one shell at a time, so you gotta keep learning new stuff. You undo a bit, and you can't take the shortcut there. So here, you're figuring out, wait, how do I get to the starfish if I can't double push? Well, if you remember how you beat the last 2 levels, you went on top of the starfish, so other things can go on top of the starfish. And then level 3 done. So yeah, well, don't worry, there's hundreds of levels you can play in the full game, so this isn't spoiling too much. Maybe just the initial experience of learning how the basics work. There's many more mechanics you can learn as you play, which you won't see today. It's better to find them out if you play the game. So anyways, here you think, okay, well, the red needs to get me to the red starfish, but I'm blocked by the kelp. So I can't go this way. Maybe I can push this squid up, but it doesn't let me push the squid up. So that's something else you gotta learn. So you gotta push it back. Because if there was a red space in front, I could use it, but there's no red space, so I'm not allowed to. And then I push the squid around. It's still blocked there, so I gotta push it this way. And go around. And now we can beat the level, solve the level. Yeah, there's no pressure to solve in a certain amount of moves or a certain amount of time. You can take your time with these. If you get stuck, we have some hints, so you can press H and get a hint. But I encourage players to try to solve the level without the hints first, and then if you're really stuck, you can either skip the level and come back later, or just use the hint if you need to. So here we can line up the red to the red, but now we can't get in here. So, well, I need to get to blue, so I'll line up the blue squid. And now here, say you made the mistake of pushing this back. Now it's trapped against the edge, because you can only push things. So we're stuck there. So we'll go back a bit, and now we'll line it up. And now you can go through all the squids. Yeah, so we're already 5 levels done. And now another rule you learn in this level is, so the starfish is on the blue, so we need to use this squid to get there. And you learn you can't push the squid friends on colors. So if you try to go down the side, it's trapped on the side. So that's not gonna work, so we'll restart. So you gotta bring it through the white space. So yeah, as I'm explaining these levels, they might seem really easy, but part of it is a lot of players might get tricked by something that's simple, so don't get discouraged. Just try to learn the rules and keep experimenting, and you'll solve it eventually. Yeah, I skipped the end of that, how to do that level, but we'll continue on. So in this level, we got to get the red to get us to the starfish, so we can push the red squid over here, but if we try to push it down, it doesn't let us, because the squids don't like to go on colors. So we have to push it backwards, but now the red square is blocking us. So the shells can go on colors, so So maybe I'm messing with you a little bit there through the design, making you think that if the shell starts over here, you might think, okay, I gotta push the shell over here. But you can use the shell on the color, and now if you go inside, you get to the starfish. So you keep learning about how things work. You start encountering new things in the oceans of the Squid Grid. So here we see a jellyfish. So if you go up to the jellyfish, he runs away from you. So he's reacting to your movements. Once you enter next to him, he runs away. So this level, you got to get the jellyfish on the blue, so then you can go through to the blue starfish. So you think, okay, well, how do I get the jellyfish there if I can't scare him on the blue? I keep trying. And here you learn, okay, so I can scare him through the kelp. So he's still, so if I undo that, so although he might be annoying where he's running away from you, he's got advantages because you can technically push him without even push him through the walls. Well, you're not really pushing him, he's running away from you. And then you got the jellyfish level done. All right, we got a couple minutes left, so we'll do a few more levels, and then, yeah, don't worry, this is not spoiling too much. Players will beat these levels fairly quickly, but they'll fall into a few traps. So here, you need to get the jellyfish on this yellow one. So if you go in, yeah, so I'll undo that. So you can scare him inside this donut, and now he's blocked by the wall, so he can't run away from you, but you're also blocked from coming in. So you got to use the squid, go to the yellow, he runs away from you, and you might think, okay, so now I can just go around and scare him to the right, but oh, he's gonna run away from you again. So what you can do is, that's the right move, but you can scare him the long way using the edges. So the first thing that trapped you or made him run away from you, you can scare him the long way, come in here, and now you just got to go to the top. So once players say, oh yes, I finally figured it out, almost everyone invariably does this. Oops. They want to go the fast way, yeah, but you gotta go around the long way. So hopefully you're not too annoyed with a few extra moves, but all right, and this is I guess we can end on this level. It's probably good. So here it's a pretty key level where, yeah, you're familiar with all the mechanics now, but just how do they interact with each other? So you got to get the shell on the red, but you're blocked on all the spaces next to it. There's no way for you to push it onto the red. So you gotta, I tell players, if they're really stuck on this one, most players figure it out. You might have figured out what to do by now, but if you're stuck, you don't need to think outside the box, but you just gotta think inside the squid. And then you can solve the level. Let's see what's next, and then I guess, yeah, so this is just expanding on that idea. So you can't push that back there, otherwise. So you use what you just learned, push the shells through, and then you might realize, oh, these are stuck, so I can't get them on the blue. So I'll let you figure that out when you play the game. But yeah, thanks for playing Squid Grid with me. Yeah, so I played a block pushing game for the first time around 3 years ago, over 3 years ago. And I've never seen a game like that before, and I thought it was interesting. I've always liked designing, you know, not puzzles, but I would draw mazes when I was a kid, and I liked, you know, creating something for someone to solve. And I was kind of inspired to, you know, create my own version of you know, just the games like this. Hello everyone, my name is Michael Poling. I'm working with my small team of Osama Yahya, a programmer, and Daniel Gartman, who is a illustrator, and we're creating the game Squid Grid. And it's a puzzle game where you play as a squid on a grid, and you have to get to the starfish. So you push shells around the grid, and you use these magical squid friends to squirt you and teleport you around the board to take you to their matching color. You can also play as a lobster who, instead of pushing things, can throw things over his head. And yeah, it's a very deep puzzle game. Hundreds of levels to play. You can check it out on Steam. There's a free demo now, and we'll be updating the art and releasing the game hopefully in the next 5 months or so. So yeah, keep a lookout for Squid Grid.